Do you want to hear a scary story about the tower? So we all know that Henry VIII had two wives, Catherine of Aragon and Anne Boleyn, and we also know that he had one son with each of them. Sadly, though, his son with Catherine died at the age of just 15 months. But Anne's son, King Henry IX, lived to be almost 20 years old. So why then did he have to spend his entire life in hiding? Well, let me tell you what happened next. After Anne was executed for giving Henry a daughter instead of a son, Henry married a woman named Jane Seymour, who gave him the son that he had always wanted. Prince Edward was the new favorite and was given the title Prince of Wales. He was the one who would take the throne after Henry, and so he had to be kept safe from any potential threats. See, it was common practice back then to send the Prince of Wales to live with one of the nobles in a place called the Tower of London. They would basically look after him until he was old enough to rule. But this arrangement didn't last long because soon after Edward moved into the tower, he started having these horrible nightmares. He would scream and thrash around in his sleep, and it was clear that someone or something was terrifying him. The people looking after him said that they couldn't keep him in the tower because it was haunted by the ghosts of two little princes who had stayed there a long time ago. They claimed that these two princes had been murdered by their uncle, Richard III, and that their ghosts were haunting the tower ever since. Now, you may think that this is just a silly story to scare a kid, but this is where things get really creepy. You see, the only other person who shared a room with Edward in the tower was his younger brother, the Duke of York, who was only 9 years old at the time, and one night they heard a blood-curdling scream in the middle of the night. The next morning they found that one of the mummies in the tower's armory had gone missing. Then a few weeks later, while the two brothers were playing, they saw a ghost. It was the ghost of a little boy wearing 15th century clothes. And as he walked past them, they could feel the coldness of his body. They tried to speak to him, but he just kept walking. Then he disappeared down a corridor, and the boys followed him. They found him standing in front of a sealed-up wall. Then suddenly, as if by magic, the wall vanished and revealed a secret passageway behind it. And this is where things get really scary, because according to legend, this secret passageway led to the room of the two murdered princes, the ones who supposedly haunted the tower. Now, obviously, this is a children's story, so I won't go into any more detail than that. But if you want to know more, then I suggest you watch a video about the princes in the tower.